What's up, boys and girls? This is Bruno here with Team UTY, and today I'm just going to give you guys a quick feedback on yesterday's case tournament. And I played Yubel, and I was actually able to get second place at the tournament. We had about 45 people and 6 rounds of Swiss, and pretty much I just want to give you guys right now the feedbacks of my games. Game 1, I got paired with a player that was playing dinosaurs, but I actually got repairings, and I ended up getting a bye for the first game, which was kind of funny. Game 2 was playing actually a feature match being live streamed by Dazu the Devastator. You guys gotta go follow his channel, it was amazing. I played against Madoche, I lost the dice roll, and I still won the game 2-0. That was pretty easy, I would say. Game 3, I played against Flundries, and I lost the dice roll, and we went to Game 3, and Game 3 I was able to pretty much win on time as well. I'm pretty sure I had a game on that game as well, but it was by time, so that was good. Game 4, I played the mirror match against Eddie, and we had a crazy match, and I won the dice roll, and I decided to go first, which was kind of sketchy, like knowing that he could pretty much just super poly my whole board. But I was playing safe, like under skill drain, because I play skill drain on my main deck, and just like not summoning too many monsters, not committing too much, because if I do commit too much, he will probably just super poly my whole board, and that's going to be pretty painful. And then game 5, I played against Tenpai Dragon, and I won the game 2-0, and I won the dice roll as well, but it doesn't matter because Tenpai Dragon will make you go first either way. But I 2-0 the guy, it was pretty easy. I think Yubel counters the deck really easy, and that's why I'm surprised to say that during my game 6 that I played against Tenpai again, I lost the game because I bricked game 3 super bad. My hand was the Unchained Trap, it was Opening Spirit Gates, which is just like a one-off in my deck, so that's not the best engine that you want to see. You'd rather see Dark Beckoning Beast. I saw Skill Drain, Super Poly, and a brick for Thunder Dragon that I play in my main deck, and I was like, you know what, I said like 3 cards, and then he draws for turn Harpies, and I'm like, oh yeah, if you have like a Tenpai Dragon in hand right now, just show me and you win the game. And he's like, yeah, I got this, and I'm like, yeah, okay, you got the game. So I kind of bricked game 3, unfortunately, because it seemed non-engine at all, but it was all good, you know, it's all good. But let's go ahead and take a look here at my list, and I'm gonna explain as well my ratios and what I think there's like any improvement. Like I'll tell you guys right now, realistically, like feedback. Okay, so we're playing 3 lotus because it's your starter. I think that's like you gotta play 3 off because you rather like just see this in your hand, you know, than like searching with Throne or something. Like seeing this in your opening is like not a bad thing, I'll be honest with you guys. And then Spirit Yubel, you gotta play 3 of that as well. Spirit is just really good in my opinion because Tenpai Dragon is in a form right now, and this kind of counters Senpai really hard. They can pop it, but like if they don't have an out for this, it's pretty hard for them, so yeah. And then for the bricks, I would say 1 OG Yubel and another Terra Incarnate. I don't play the third one because I don't think it's necessary, and I don't play the second Yubel as well because, yeah, you know, rank 10 Omnigate is good, but it's not something like you're gonna prioritize like most of the time in this engine. You're building like links like Appaloosa really easily in this deck, so just like 1 of each, it's fine, honestly. So yeah, and then you play multiple spirits, so you have like more level 10s if you need to. And then the other like 2 cards that I also played for the engine for the Yubel monsters are 2 Grave Squirmer. I wouldn't play the third one just because it's not a starter, like it's extender, but if you don't see like any other engine is not good. When you hard draw this, sometimes good because it can helps you like dodge like imperm on Spirit, but that's pretty much about it, I would say. So yeah, and let's go into the Yubel spells and traps right now. By the way, I'm doing this by engines right now, so you guys gonna select non-engine more towards the end. So for the steel engine, triple throne, and actually 4 thrones because we play terraforming as well. Throne is just a really good card. I wish we could search this with Nightmare Pain, which we also played 3 off, or Spirit Yubel, but unfortunately we can't, which is kind of sad. But here we go, guys. Triple Nightmare Pain as well, because it's just like a searcher for you. Like pops a card and searches like that. That's like, it does so much. This card is so good, so gotta be a 3 off. And then this is also, I'll consider part of the Yubel engine, 1 for 1 because searches lotus. I mean, summons lotus if you want to. And you can also discard like a brick in your hand to the graveyard. That might be a little bit better. 1 Mature Chronicle. This card saves so much play in this deck, honestly. Like, you gotta play this. I've seen people like cutting this card. I don't think that's the right call. I would say that like out of my 6 matches that I had, I don't think there's like a single one that I didn't went into this card, just because how good this is, like of like stacking counters, and especially in the mirror match you can stack like double counters, so that's really good. And then one eternal favorite as well, because the second effect is really good to super poly your opponent's board, but the first effect that once per turn like summons a Yubel monster is just really good. And then if you do that as a chain link 2, you can actually activate Nightmare Pain's effect, and if you do this as a chain link 1, you can actually kind of try to mess up your opponent, like to him to trigger something, and then on resolution his effect won't trigger, so that's kind of cool as well. But that's it for the Yubel engine that we played in the main deck for the spells and traps. And then for another engine that goes along with the Yubel engine is a triple Dark Beckoning Beast and a single opening of the Spirit Gates. I decided to play this way because you rather see Dark Beckoning Beast than opening, realistically. Even though opening is really good, no one's gonna like hand trap the Dark Beckoning Beast engine, I feel like. They rather just up like the Yubel engine, because that's like where the danger really is. But if you see like Dark Beckoning Beast and the field spell in your hand, it's full combo and you can play through like a hand trap, which is really good. So you can like normal summon, and then search another one, search spirits, search, overlay those two into number 65, activate field spell to destroy spirit, the lotus from the deck, and activate effect to discard a card and just revive lotus, and then you can go into your full combo. And number 65 will give you a free negate. You guys are gonna see that monster if you guys don't know what that is. And then we also play one Shavara and a one Chamber. I decided to play Chamber because most of the time I'm going to be linking away all the Unchained monsters into an Appaloosa, and being able to revive the blue dog from the graveyard is just really good. If not, I can like keep the blue dog on the field and set a Chamber, and then pretty much I can use the blue dog one turn, and then second turn I can like revive it again and then use the blue dog again. So it's just really good in my opinion. Better than the pop, because most of the time we're going to use the Lord of Yum effect into like another monster, to summon another monster besides the blue. But yeah, okay, let's go ahead. Engine like hand traps right now. I played 3 Nibiru. I decided to play Nibiru instead of Shifter, and I think that was the right call, because there's honestly I did use Nibiru at all. I'll tell you guys that right now. It came to my hand once, but I was going first, and I ended up just discarding his cost for something. I think it was like Mudcracker, so it didn't really matter. But Nibiru was supposed to be Shifter, and I think Shifter still conflicts with the deck right now. I think when you get Phantom of Yubel, Shifter is gonna get a lot better, just because we can like shuffle the whole graveyard back and then empty the graveyard, so we can Shifter during the end phase, which is really good. And then for the a little bit more non-engine, double Ash Blossom. I decided not to play a 3 Ash Blossom just because I was a little afraid of the Snake Eye decks to like perform well and then like give them a free fire in the graveyard. It's like a great extender. So I decided to like not abuse on Ash as much. And then I think this is the best hand trap in the format, triple imperm. I've seen this probably like 4 or 5 matchups, you know, so it wasn't too constant in my hand, but I see it, so it was good. But yeah, Infinite Permanence is really good. Doesn't trigger TTT, doesn't trigger Trust, so it's just really good. And then doesn't give your opponents like a monster in the graveyard for them to revive. Yeah, and okay, so that's it for the hand traps in the deck. A couple more non-engine. I decided to play one Call by the Grave. Did not see this card at all, so it was really okay, I guess. So never used it. And then couple more non-engine, triple super poly. This deck is a super poly deck. You gotta play 3 super poly, I feel like, because you do have the best super poly target. And you know, I see people cutting this 2 or 1, and I just feel like, I don't know, like super poly is such a good board breaker right now, especially against Tempai Dragon and like so many other decks. Like just being able to fuse the whole board away, it's insane for me to think about it. But I gotta play 3 of that. And then also the last 3 cards in the deck is going to be a Skill Drain. Skill Drain performed really well. Tempai Dragon, they play back row removal like Lightning Storm and Harpies, but if you don't trigger like a monster effect for them to use like Trust into those cards, like Skill Drain is going to be untouched and they won't be able to play through Skill Drain. I promise you that. And if you have Nightmare Pain in the field and a Yubel monster in the field, they're pretty much dead. There's nothing they will be able to do, honestly, against this card. This card is just so good. So 41 cards in the main deck, and it's really hard to cut something. If you want to cut Call by the Grave, sure, but I feel like Call by the Grave sometimes is so necessary, you know? But yeah. Okay, and then let's go into the fusions and extra deck. 1 Loving Defender, 1 Garura, and 1 Mundragon. Pretty much, there was only one time that I wish I had the second one, and it was on the mirror match. Besides that, no, that's it, like legit, like that's it. You don't need the second one. Just those 3 targets is fine, and you can actually recycle Loving Defender with your field spell, Nightmare Throne, so it's really not necessary to play the second copy. Now for the Xyz, played 1 number 65. That's the one I was telling you guys. So pretty much two level 2 dark monsters. If your opponent activates monster effect, quick effect, attach 2 materials, negate activation, and if you do, inflict 500 damage to your opponent. So it's 500 damage, so helps you on time, and negates a hand trap, so it's really good. And then another negate, we have Varudras, which is 2 level 10s, 2 plus level 10s, by the way, guys. So this is just really good because it's a negate, it's a pop, it just comes up so often, you know, it's just so good, this. And then a couple more Xyz right now. We play 1 Gustav Max and 1 Juggernaut. So pretty much those 2 came up on my first game after the buy, because I was able to, like, he had a monster that cannot be destroyed by battle or something like that, and I just burned him for like 2,000. Somebody was on top and attacked twice his monster, and that was like plenty of damage to win the game. So that was really good because I was under what's the name of the card? I was under deck lockdown. So yeah. And then the last Xyz we have is 1 Typhon that I did not summon at all, but there was cases against Voiceless Voice where summoning this is like the reason why I'm winning against the deck. So this card is just really good sometimes, you know, so gotta keep that in mind. And then for links right now, we play 1 Almirage because you can send Dark Beckoning Beast to the graveyard, you can send Lotus, you can send Squirmer, you can send like pretty much any monster that you normally summon to the graveyard because they're all 0 attack. And then we have 1 Lord of Yama, 1 Rage, and 1 Anguish. So this is the package I decided. I added this like kind of last minute, and I'm glad I did it because this comes up so often. Because normally you go into this, you know, like link 2 into another link 2, and realistically, like, you can just go into a link 3 if you're going second and use your opponent's monster to go into a rage. So it's like another disruption piece, and it's just really good. Honestly, it's just really good, really good. And if you set the trap to revive an Unchained monster, you can actually revive this on your turn and then use their monster as material anyway. So it's really good. A couple more links. 1 Little Knight, that's a target for rage. 1 more Cracker, that's not a target for rage. And the last card is 1 Appaloosa. So like I said, Appaloosa, I summon it like probably 5 or 6 times during the whole tournament. It comes up very often. If I'm like playing against my opponent, it doesn't have any hand traps, Appaloosa will come to the board, guaranteed. I will show you guys the combo at the end really fast, how to do the Appaloosa line. Now side deck, it's really spicy. I was surprised I was playing these cards because they're so old and so interesting. But let me show you guys this right now. So I think Shifter is a standard in side deck on Yubel right now. So triple Shifter, mandatory. Triple Cosmic Cyclone, I think it's mandatory as well against Floodgates, against Runic, against like something like annoying like Flunderies. You can shotgun this on draw phase and then like get rid of like the normal summon one. And then Dimensional Barrier is just really good against Voiceless, against Branded, against Tempai Dragon. There's so much utility on this card. And now, after these 9 cards, that's when the side deck gets really, really weird, okay? So, I was playing a Thunder Dragon package on the side deck, which it's Dark and Hawk. So, pretty much, Mature Chronicle, you can take 3 counters out and banish a card from your deck. So, you can banish Dark, Dark activates effect, adds Hawk, and then Hawk's effect discard itself to summon Dark, and then you can tribute Dark to summon Colossus. So pretty much like on your own Yubel engine, you can get into the Colossus engine super easily. And if you also hard draw Dark, you can just discard it, search Hawk, tribute to special summon Dark, and then you go into Colossus, same thing. And then the last 3 cards for the side deck were this card, Prohibition. This card was actually insane. Against Londariz, I was able to use this on N-Pen, and I had a Super Poly set against Fluandries, and like literally they could not like think about like not getting rid of this. He Cosmic Cyclone this instead of like the face down back row, which he knew I played Skill Drain, he knew I played Super Poly, so I was surprised that he got rid of Prohibition, because I called N-Pen obviously, but he couldn't play around Prohibition, so he had to get rid of Prohibition. Against Tenpai Dragon, you call the Red Dragon the Chandra, I think, it's level 4 tuner. They can't do any Synchro Summons because that's the only tuner they have. Against Voiceless Voice, you call Low, so they can't do anything. Against Branded, you call Phantom Albaz, and they can't even activate Branded Fusion. So this card, like hitting some decks right now, it's really good. Like there's so much you can do with this deck, and you just gotta know like where specifically to hit against some specific decks, and you completely turn off their engine. So it's just really good. Okay, like I said, I'm just gonna show you guys really fast the Appaloosa line that I play, and I think you guys gonna like the strategy because it's pretty good in my opinion. Okay, just a quick Appaloosa line for you guys with just Lotus. So your normal summon Lotus, activates effect to tribute self, and summon Spirit Yubel from the deck. Activate Spirit Yubel, and then you're going to be able to set your Pain, activate Pain, and its effect to pop the Spirit Yubel, and search Graves Cormer to your hand, and then Spirit Yubel will trigger the effect to summon the OG Yubel. Now you can activate Cormer, summon itself, and pop the Yubel. Why we're doing this, just to deck thin our deck, so like we don't have like extra bricks. And now we're going to be able to link those two away into a Yama. Yama's going to activate the effect to add Shavara to the hand. Now we can activate Squirmer effect to banish itself, to special summon the Spirit Yubel into the field. Now you can activate Shavara effect to pop Spirit Yubel and summon itself. And then Spirit Yubel will activate to summon Yubel from the graveyard right now. And then what you're going to be able to do is link those two off to go into your Rage. And now Shavara will activate on graveyard to set your Chamber into the field. And you can just link those two away right now to go into an Appaloosa with 2 materials, which is pretty decent in my opinion. And then you can pretty much pass turn on this board, which this is like just Lotus, right? Pretty much on your opponent's turn, you're gonna have double negate, so you waste those 2 first, so you don't want to play like, you're gonna play around Super Poly or like whatever, you know what they have. And then after that, you can activate Chamber to summon Rage, so that's 2 interruptions. That's gonna be 3 interruptions to link one of your opponent's monsters away to go into Little Knight. 4 interruptions to banish one of the cards on summon, and 5 interruptions to banish out a card. If they go into battle phase or destroy any of those 2 cards right now, let's say they go into battle phase attack Goddess, you're gonna be able to activate effect on graveyard of Yama to banish itself and special summon Spirit of Yubel. And then on resolution, Spirit Yubel effect will activate, and you're gonna be able to set from your field Eternal Favorite, which is gonna be follow up as well for next turn if you don't have anything. Now, pretty much that's like they gotta attack that. If you destroy this, you're gonna summon another one, so you're gonna be looping. You're also able to deck thin your deck, so you don't have Terror Incarnate there anymore, so you're not gonna break into that. Now you can pretty much next turn, doesn't matter what you draw, you can just activate Eternal Favorite, and then we can activate effect of Pain to pop, search another card, effect, we can like chain 1, chain 2 to summon this back, get another search. So pretty much what you do is activate Pain to pop, and then get a search. So we're gonna search here, it can be anything. I'm just gonna search another Squirmer because it's gonna be a little easier. I'm just gonna show you guys like more detailed combo. And then chain 1 Spirit Yubel, and then you're gonna chain 2 to this right here. So on chain 2 you're gonna summon Spirit, and you're gonna be able to summon Yubel, and then Spirit effect on resolution because it's not chain link 1, so you can activate its effect. You're gonna get another search. So this time you can get your Mature Chronicle and start like stacking counters into this. And from here you can like OTK your opponent really easily. If it doesn't have a board right now, you can just like overlay those 2 for the train package and punch for a game. So send those 2, detach, they take 2,000, summon this right here, detach another monster, goes to 6,000, 8,000 punch on the face, and you have like protection for next turn because you have Squirmer in hand, you have Eternal Favorite, Mature Chronicle, and you still have like a full combo like hand, you know. You can be like hand traps in your hand, you can do a lot of stuff. So I think this deck has a lot of potential right now. And when Phantom of Yubel comes out, like we can see right here, like look, our graveyard is like a stack of like stuff that we can do for Phantom. We can do like 2 or 3 Phantoms of Yubel right now, like literally, like we can summon 2 Phantoms of Yubel for free if we really want to. So yeah, that's it. Like, but thanks so much for watching, guys. This deck's still in process, you know. I'm still thinking a little bit better about the side deck and everything, but I appreciate you guys watching too right now, and don't forget to subscribe and smash the like button. Peace, guys.